So I was doing a little reading and I ran across this John Hopkins. This is a forum coming up. Some of it's already done, some of it's getting ready to take place. These companies are really involved in the 5G stuff that's getting ready to happen, the medical industry, the new world mess. But anyways, there is so John Hopkins APL to co-host virtual workshop on 5G technologies for tactical and first responder networks. That is coming up Friday, October 23rd. It's the third annual, but they are it's more simulations. It's more practice things. There's also COVID-19 and world order, the future of conflict, competition, and cooperation. If that was a hell of a sentence. I mean, wow. COVID-19. They just had this little summit or whatever. COVID-19 world order, the future of conflict, competition, and cooperation. There's also, when I go through here, and I'm reading, there is like scenarios that have played out, and they're very interesting. So then as I'm reading, it takes me like to Henry Kissinger and stuff I'm reading, which it's all a part of the John Hopkins. And so I started looking into like the companies that were on the very first page, like Recom and stuff like that. And it led me to some interesting things in general when you read it all and put it all together, what they're doing. So this is kind of like the base of what they started doing June and July of this year in the scenarios. Well, let's see, hang on. I'll check this guy's hands out. Quantum image, imagine the impact. That one's coming up as well. So when I got into Hopkins, and this is like the 2020 feature stories and what they're doing, there's a dragonfly thing coming out, getting ready to, or just took place, and I've started to look into that and read into it. It's kind of interesting. A lot of this is about directed energy weapons, guys. And not only is it directed energy weapons, but where they're doing it, and how they're doing it. So, different parts of your body, different areas, different urban areas. They are hitting with different types of energy weapons and microwave weapons to experiment. 1, to see what they can do. 2, to see how far they can tweak it. 3, to see what they can make happen from it. But it's all experiment. Warfare experimentation. You see? They put it in your face. A campaign level warfare experimentation. It's exactly what it is. Okay? The very first GPS was back in 1983. Like, the shit's mastered. It's not new. It's mastered. Half a century ago was when they could connect through the internet. So the secret sauce of DARPA. That secret sauce is them frying our asses. Turning us to bone dust is the secret sauce. These are different scenarios, and it started off, as you see, on episode 33. Just a coincidence, I know. But so episode 33, and it gives you different scenarios of what they're doing, and to different people. And you'll notice as you read, like this 32, the opportunity hunter, it totally seems like a racist. I'm not floored because I know what they're doing, but I'm floored that most of us don't even know about any of this stuff because we just don't look, because we don't know. But then again, who knows to go look for this shit? I'm totally looking for something else, reading something else. And that's just the way that my research goes. When I'm reading something and I keep going because I keep finding more and blah, blah, blah. And it just leads me one big full 360 back to some bullshit or back to something I've already discovered. It always comes back around like, oh my God. So some of this I already know about, but I know to look for it. But before I knew to look for it, it's like, the average person doesn't find this stuff. That's how they get away with it, because they can say, well, you can't say we didn't tell you. We told you. We flat out told you the truth. You just didn't know to look for it. It's our own ignorance to it. And they love to tell us your own ignorance is no excuse. Well, by design, it is our excuse. Well, I didn't know to look there. I didn't know to look for this. I didn't know they'd be doing this. Well, one thing the establishment does is tell you everything that they do. For the most part, they tell you, put it in your face, everything they are doing. Just so you can say just so you can't say they didn't tell you when you do find out. So like this one is hidden underground, underwater, and it has to do with Uber and Lyft. Like, you can read through them. I've already read through. It's like magnetic field. It's different things that is very interesting, but they don't do these simulations for nothing. There's reasons for this, that they do these things. Now there's robot soccer and live flies, like they just released the I guess you'd say like Android mosquito or whatever the hell here. Like, this stuff's real. Let's see, detecting threats with a time to act. There's also what this company here, Remcom, which is a part of them, is advanced military weapons, okay? These are directed energy. These are microwave. This is scramble your molecular structure, fry your bones to bone dust. This is just to see how far they can push it. Modeling millimeter wave multipath effects in urban environments. So they want to see, like, how does it affect somebody in an urban area versus somebody who in the suburbs or whatever. Like, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the need for any of this shit, but apparently they do. And they want to break us down any way they can. Physically, mentally, emotionally. But this new 5G forum that they're getting ready to have is most definitely going to amp up what some targeted individuals have. Not all of them have it, but where they can hear, they do like voice the skull to people, or the voice of God. They beam into these people. A lot of people are going to be experiencing this shit, man, and they're going to think that they're going crazy. You're not going crazy. Thank you to your United States military. They are doing this. The industrial complex. They do it for shits and giggles. They do it for fun. They do it because they get off on it. They do it because they get paid great money to do it. And what it all boils down to, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is what we have on our hands here, folks. But this is a plasma discharge and plasma surface chemistry. It's algorithms to study broad range of plasma discharge. Genetic algorithms, like what would you need that for if you're not trying to destroy our molecular structure and our genes? Like, that is what they're doing. High-powered microwave weapons. They tell you radiated energy on those persons exposed. They want to monitor what happens to the ones that we're exposing with this energy, with these weapons. Can we make them have cancer? Can we make them sick? Can we make them crazy? Those are pretty much the main goals. Can we make them kill themselves or get in trouble? Those are the goals. Hold, please. Hello? Okay. Sorry, my phone rang. But there's goals as in pretty much what the establishment looks for or wants. They consider a win if somebody taps out and kills themselves. Somebody taps out and goes to a crazy hospital. Somebody taps out and goes to jail. Or they pretty much kill them, okay? They don't care which one it is. It's one big recycle to the establishment. And if you're dead in the long run, then they got away with it. You can't tell anybody. They don't get found out. It's more whatever. And if any of the other scenarios play out, it's just one big recycle into their system. The military-industrial complex does not give a shit. The prison system and the military-industrial complex are the same bird, different wing. So they don't care which side you recycle into. They don't care. You go in the militaries, or the medical, the military, the prisons, they're all the same. They're the same people. So they don't give a shit if which one you recycle into. They just want to see how much they can fuck with you. So those are their goals, and it's gonna get worse here, guys. It's gonna get like people are gonna start acting out. Like they're doing time control, which we already know the only thing that they control is time and space, okay? That's the only thing they control with time and space. And it tells you on each of these as you go on. This one's the Air Force doing it, okay? See the branch, agency, branch, Department of Defense, Air Force. And then I got another one, let's see what this says. The interaction of radio frequencies, electromagnetic energy with the human body is best computed with finite differences methods. For good accuracy, especially at higher frequencies, the human body description requires many millions of individual voxels. The voxels fill the entire volume of the body and describe both the outer surface and the interior organ of the body. Making one detailed voxel mesh of the human body is a significant project that may take years and effort. The result will be very voxel mesh for only one position of the body. However, different applications require both body limbs to be repositioned, whatever. The integrity of the internal organs is a difficult task. Basically, when they're frying you, they can't miss frying your organs. Like if they're just going for an ankle joint or your blood vessels or like it says here, the ability to manipulate large three-dimensional voxel-based meshes primarily in the human body while maintaining the fidelity of the mesh, because you got ankle joints falling apart. You got all your joints falling apart because they're deteriorating your cartilage. You've got your nerves and your blood vessels being destroyed because they're frying them, they're microwaving them. So you've got your internal organs being hit, in turn being fried and or given cancer or whatever the case may be. So it's very intentional. This one's right here, Department of Defense, and it's your Army, wireless communications. They're planning. This one they want to see how they can ruin the fucking hills and foliage in urban areas. And so It just makes me so mad. So it's like they're covering every zone. They're not just hurting our people. They're hurting our nature. They're hurting everything. So this one here is the Army. The Air Force is fucking the people up, which I know all too well. The Army's destroying our trees and our hills and our grass and our water. And this one here is back. We're back to Air Force. This one's ray tracing. Okay. Look at that. Antioch chamber assimilation. Which the finite difference time domain, it's basically, it just tells you again that they control time and space. Time and space is under their control. So I would take the time to read into this. Pause the video and read into it, or go. I'll try and put the links in the description. But basically, I was reading something, and it took me, like, here's the thing. Hopkins always comes up in my research, and it has all the way back to, I mean, we're talking about years and years and years ago, like the 1700s. So Hopkins always comes up for me. So it wasn't a surprise for me to run across Hopkins again. I actually expected it. So that led me on a path to start looking into something else. Whatever it was I was reading, I can't even remember at this time. But, and it took me right into Hopkins. So I knew I was on the right path. And then it was just like, really? It's just always something put right into our face. But again, it just proved to me that Hopkins is involved in it. The United States Post Office is involved in it. The United States military is involved in it. The United States medical industry is involved in it. Like, they're all. So take the time if you can. Read these things. Look into them if you're interested. If you feel, especially, everybody's not affected by these things right now. But everybody will be very soon. Why do you think they're doing these seminars? Why do you think they're doing all these simulations? Why do you think they have these simulations play out? They are getting ready to do a huge simulation on 5G. The third past, present, future. It's the final on 5G. All of this connects with the 5G. So there's going to be a lot of people activated soon. These ones activated will be the ones activated that were born for this shit. Literally, like, not even kidding, literally, and programmed. And then there's going to be some other ones that can be tweaked by frequency, can be tweaked by medication that they're taking, and then the frequency can be full on, because they can move a crowd in seconds with these microwave weapons. They can get us all in one area and move us in seconds with a frequency nobody sees coming. They can make us all turn like we're burning on fire. They can make us all hear something that nobody else hears, that you have to take off running. There's different things they can do that they don't need to just shoot up a crowd. They can move a crowd. They've mastered that. They were able to move a crowd a long time ago. So that's where my problem lies in, like, say, I'm all for the support and the, I'm not, for example, like, let's say, let me go into NFAC for a minute. My problem with that is you're willingly giving them who you are. Your face covered means nothing. Far before COVID, if NASA really wanted to, any robbery that was done with a face covered up, if they really wanted to spend the time, effort, energy into it, they could very well uncover that unmasked face and put that face together very well and figure out who it is. Years before Karachi, okay, guys? So they know who we are. They mastered facial recognition without our masks. Now people with the mask, they're mastering it. Now they have people mastered facial recognition, with their masks on, with their high artillery. Some of these people out there are out there for the right reason, doing the right thing because they believe in what they're doing, which they should. I agree with all of that. The point is that there's people out there leading them in straight into slaughter on purpose by design for the bag. And some of them that are just straight up androids already that you don't know. You're not realizing you're walking around with fucking synthetics here, guys. And so these people don't give a shit. You know, they don't care that what's going to happen. So you've got some that are willingly doing it for the bag, some that have signed up for this, some that they don't care as long as if you end up slaughtered in the long run or into the industrial complex one way or another, it's recycled. They have to keep it going, right? So just be mindful of the groups that you join. Anything out in public right now that's organized, I would not be a part of. Organizing needs to be behind the scenes. People don't need to know. It doesn't need to be online talked about. People need to, civil unrest and unrest comes when it must come. It doesn't come organized, guys. Not to march and protest and assemble. Like, that shit's not... Because if they wanted to shut that down and move it or harm everybody on it, it could be done like that with one frequency. So... And another thing, like, getting permission to go and do something to me is a crock of shit. No. When it's time for civil unrest, are we going to ask permission? Fuck no. Fuck no. So, to each his own. Just be careful because a lot of this is, Soros paid, and a lot of this is deeper than even that. There were people born for the shit that we're getting ready to enter. So there will be a lot of super soldiers activated here soon. There will be a lot of crash dummies to follow because they think they're doing the right thing. Y'all be safe. Take it easy. Look through this stuff if it interests you, or even if it doesn't interest you, understand what they're using on us, because in our neighborhoods, we will see here very soon people acting strange. People that have been normal your entire life that are going to lose it. Or you're going to think that they're going to lose it. Or you're going to think they became ill, whether it be sick or mentally ill or whatever the case may be. And it's not. It's going to be on purpose. Some medications that people take they're tweakable, dude. They're tweakable. So just pay attention. Pay attention to the nature. If you see your trees burning, you see, pay attention to certain things. Have a great day. Be great. Read these scenarios at least. Go through and read these scenarios. They're unreal. Like, what? And this is what they're physically doing. This shit's real. This is what they're practicing. These scenarios is what they're practicing, okay?